Now we are coming to the third lesson, the little girl. So in this lesson, it says that how is the attitude of the parents towards their children. So in this story, we see a girl who is always afraid of her father. That means father have no time to spend along with his daughter. So the child feels fear in him. Understood? That means she was not willing to come in front of her father because she is having that fear in her mind. Actually, how is your father? You think about your father. Many things, many children like to convey their messages or whatever they need, they like to share with whom? Their mother, isn't it? Rather than to their father. So everyone in their mind having a little distance with their father. Yes or no? Yes. Because we are free to be with our mother, to talk with our mother. So majority of you also, first if you get a answer sheet and the marks, everything, or if you want to buy something, the first thing, to whom do you say? You approach your mother, isn't it? That means, and through your mother, it has to reach to whom? To your father, isn't it? So you think that. So here also, in this lesson also, we see a girl. She is having fear to go in front of her father because the fear is in her. And at the same time, the father also is not opening his love and affection towards her. Understood? So, and comparing to the father of her neighbor, she understands that there is difference between the fathers. Understood? Now we come to the story. Now let us start. Do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reason for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. So when you are a child and now you are grown up, see the difference. See the time being when you are small and the approach of your father or your parents, and now when you are grown up, the approach of your parents. So when you are small enough, you have to depend for each and everything from them, isn't it? For that you have to go to them for that. Now you are grown up and you are able to do everything of yourself, and they also want you to do your work by you only, not to depend on others. So there is a vast difference between the time when you are small and the time when you are grown up at present. Understood? Now you think about your own stages, own life. Understood? The story about a little girl whose feelings for her father changed from fear to understanding probably find an echo in every home. So in the early age, she was having that fear to approach her father. And when she had grown up and she had found out that difference, why the father was not approaching her with the same love and affection. Understood? To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Avoided means not to consider. Avoided, not to consider. So to the little girl, he refers to whom? He is her father is. He is refers to her father. So to that little girl, he is a figure of fear and avoided. That means seeing his figure itself, she feels frightened to approach him. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with goodbye, father. And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage going fainter and fainter down the long road. So this is the condition of the small child. When that means daily in the morning, father used to come to the room and give her a casual kiss, and the only thing she responded to him was saying goodbye, and she will listen to the carriage going fainter and fainter. Fainter means weaker and weaker. That means from the starting it will be loud sound, and when it is going further the sound will become less and less. So that is the figure of her father in her mind. Understood now? In the evening, so in the morning, that is the only thing. He comes to her room, give a kiss, and then goes for his work. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers. So when after saying goodbye, the father goes to his work in the morning, and then the whole day she is not seeing her father. Then again in the evening after work he is coming, and the child will be waiting near the staircase. So as soon as he comes inside and calls for her mother to bring tea for him and find his slippers. Kessia. What's the name of the girl? Kessia. What's the name of the girl? Kessia. Mother would call to her, if you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Well, Kessia, hurry up and put off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? I don't know, father. So this is the approach between the father and the child. So then evening coming, asking mother to bring tea for him and taking off his slippers, isn't it? So mother will call her and ask her to come forward and help father for taking his boots. So when the child comes to her father, he will be where? He will be in the sofa with his spectacles on, waiting for the newspaper, isn't it? And he used to ask her, have you been good throughout the day? Are you good? Are you being good? That means you did not create any problem. And that time the child is not able to speak properly. There is a hindrance in with stutter. Stutter means stammering. There is a stutter in him, that is stammering. There is a stammering in her voice. Stammering means Viki parega. So she became nervous as soon as her father asked her whether she had been good today. Understood? You did not know. If you shudder like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. So father, because she is becoming nervous, she is not able to talk in a proper manner. So hearing that, father used to shout again, saying that your mother will take you to the doctor, that you are not speaking properly. She never shuddered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. So when she was talking with other people, the shuddering, that stammering is not coming over her. She used to speak clearly. But now whenever father asks her anything, she cannot say in a proper manner. That stammering is coming in. Why the stammering is coming? Father is asking that Vikal is coming. Because she is feeling fear in front of her father. What is the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Wretched means unhappy. Wretched, unhappy. Mother, I wish you taught child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, brink means edge. Brink, edge. Brink means edge. Here Kezia carried a teacup back to the table carefully. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth, when he yawned. Yawned means open mouth wide. Yawning. Open mouth widely. Open mouth widely. Coat wide. Understood? Thinking about him alone with thinking about a giant. So when she saying, as like a giant, he opens his mouth for yawning. So all this makes the girl fear. On Sunday afternoon, so this is why Kezia could not approach her father. Kezia is not willing to go in front of her father because her father is in a good size, big hands and neck. He is very tall and he yawns like a giant. Seeing all that and asking her questions, she is not able to answer in a proper manner because the stammering is coming. She is becoming nervous and could not answer properly. For that also, father is blaming whom? Mother, and saying that she has to be taken to a doctor. Understood? On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. So mother also is staying with them. So on Sundays, father is free and he is at home. And so what will the grandmother do? She would ask Kezia to go and join with her parents, father and mother. Why she is asking her to go and join with her parents? So that thinking that the fear from her mind will go. She can face her father lovingly. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa. His handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. So, on Sundays, grandmother is asking her to go and be with her father and mother. But whenever the girl thinks that she will go and join with them, this is the scene what she is seeing. What is the scene? In the drawing room, mother reading newspaper and father stretched out in the sofa and a handkerchief covered on his face. That means he is sleeping and snoring making sound. She sat on the stool gravely. Gravely means seriously. Gravely, seriously. Seriously. Watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. So, she used to go and sit near him in the stool and watch him or wake him till he gets up from his sleeping. And at once he got up from his sleep, he will look at her and ask her, why are you staring at me like an owl? Owl? Moona. One day when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she would make him a pink cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. So one day while she was inside her house, the grandmother told her that next week it is your father's birthday and you should give him a gift. So what is the gift she suggested? She suggested what to give? Give her father a pink cushion. A pink cushion as a gift. To give him as a gift. To give him as a gift with yellow silk, made of yellow made of yellow silk. So the poor grandmother, what did she say? She wanted to make the child go along with her father, isn't it? Because she had seen all the time the child is being put away from the friend of her father, isn't it? Because father is not giving that love and care for her, isn't it? So the child also is not willing to go near her father. So what did the grandmother say? The next week it is your father's birthday and you should give him a gift. So giving the gift to him means making close towards him. Laboriously with a double cotton. So now making of the pin cushion. Double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides. But what to fill it with? That was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. On the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces and stuffed her case. Then sewed up the 4th side. So she brought a cloth and she stitched on 3 sides. Like a pillow cover, yes. She stitched on 3 covers. Now something has to be stuffed, put inside that and end up the 4th side, isn't it? That is how we are making. So she had made the cloth, that is, it is that yellow silk cloth, isn't it? With that cloth she stitched on 3 sides and she wanted to put now inside something to make it puff. So she was looking for everything and she did not get. So she went to the mother's room. There she found some scraps of paper. Scraps means small pieces. Scraps means small pieces of paper on the table. What did she do? She took all those papers and tore them into small pieces and stuffed inside that cushion and stitched the 4th side also. Now all the sides are being stitched. Understood now? Understood? That means 3 sides, like the pillow cover. How we are making the pillow cover? We are taking a cloth, we are stitching on 3 sides and then we are putting the pillow inside and then stitching the 4th side also, isn't it? Similarly, here the girl also, what did she do? She took to make the pin cushion, to stick the pins, ball pins, understood? So what did she do? She got the cloth, stitched the 3 sides and something has to be stuffed inside, isn't it? So that she looked for everything and finally she saw some papers on the table. She took those papers, torn them into small pieces and then packed inside that cloth and stitched the 4th side. Now the cushion is ready. Understood now? That was the hue and cry in the house. Hue and cry means anger. Hue means angry, becoming angry. Cry means noise. So she is thinking that means making of that cushion only she understood. That made some loud sound in the house. Father's great speech for the port authority had been lost. Rooms were searched, servants' questions. Finally, mother came into Kesia room. So that evening, father came and a big shout and noise was in the house. He had lost his some speeches, some important papers, and everybody in the house was questioning whether they had taken the paper. And finally, mother came to whom also? Kesia. Kesia, I suppose you did not see some papers on the table in our room. She had gone to whose room? Mother's room, isn't it? And from there only she had taken that papers. Oh yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. So what did she say? Yes, I have seen those papers, I have taken and tore them into small pieces. What? Screamed the mother. Who became angry? Mother became angry. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. So at once this this instant means at once. At once you come down with me to the dining room. And she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro. To and fro means going with anger, moving forward and backward. So when becoming angry, fathers will move from towards the front and then towards the back, moving up and to and fro. Hands behind his back. So putting his hands at the back, he was moving to and fro in the room. So that shows how much angry her father was. So mother understood now those papers had been taken by whom? Taken by Kezia, and she brought her to her angry father. Well, he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, no, she whispered. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damned thing. See that the child put to bed this instant. That means put her in the bed. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadow room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. So the whole day his child is put in her room. Then father, becoming angry, father said, shut her in the room only, not to allow the child to come down. Then father came into the room with a ruler in her hands. In his hands, he came with a cane. I am going to beat you for this, he said. Oh no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. He pulled them outside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. But it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little finger palms. Hours later, so what did the father do? How did he show her his anger? He asked the mother to put her in her room, isn't it? And he went there with a ruler and said that I am going to beat you for doing this. For doing what? Not to take others' things without their permission. So without whose permission she had taken? She had seen some papers lying over there and she had taken it, but she did not ask anybody whose papers were there or did they are needed, isn't it? That is why it is being said that we should not touch others' things without their permission, isn't it? Even though it is our parents, it is our fathers or mothers or whoever it is there, but we should not touch any of the things which does not belong to us. And if we wanted to take such things from anybody, we should first go and ask their permission. Understood, all of you? You also should do that. So that was the lesson taught by the father to the child. What was the lesson? That she should not touch anybody's things without their permission. Understood? And had given her a beating in her hand. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. So, the comfort was given to her by whom? By her grandmother. So, father had beaten and the pain was there. So, who ran to her? Grandmother ran to her and took her in her hands and comforted her. What did God make fathers for? She saw. So while crying, what was the question asked? What did God make fathers for? She asked the question, why did God make fathers? Understood? Why? Because that much angry she had seen in whom? In her father. Understood? The only thing what she had done, she had taken some papers and torn them, isn't it? So the whole anger was shown to that small girl by her father. So the question, what was the question? In that small mind came, why God has created fathers. Understood? That means she don't like who? Father. Here is a play, hungry darling. Blow your nose. Go to sleep, pet. You will forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. So grandmother also was saying, now you forget about it and you now go and sleep. And when you get up, when you awake from sleep, you will forget everything. So I also had tried to say everything to your father, but in that anger, he was not willing to hear me. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back and a red color flew into her cheeks. That fear, whenever she saw him, the fear came in her mind. The McDonald's lived next door. So now we are talking, so this is the condition of whom? Kezia and her father. Understood? How is Kezia towards her father and how is her father towards her. And the only comfort she got from whom or loving she got from whom? Her grandmother. Understood now? Now she another people living to her who are her neighbors. Who are her neighbors? McDonald's. They are another family. They had 5 children. So that family, there are how many children? 5 children. Looking through the gap in the fence. Gap means the hole in the fence. The little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. The father with the baby Mau on his shoulder. 2 little girls hanging onto his coat pockets ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. So the next day, every evening, when she looks through the hole in the fence, she could see the children and their father playing over there. All the 5 children gathering around the father and father also enjoying with those children. That is another face of a father. Once she saw the boys turn the hose to him and he tried to catch them laughing all the time. So once she had seen the children playing with the water, throwing water to their father. But the father is not getting angry. Instead of that, he was enjoying and laughing at that children. So that is the another face of the father. There the father enjoying with his 5 children, isn't it? And here the father, angry face of a father. Then she decided that there were different sort of father. From seeing that McDonald's family and how much their father enjoying with the 5 children and how is her father with her, the 2 faces of the father. So then understood that there are different sort of different kinds of fathers. Suddenly one day mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice the cook. That was all right in the daytime. But while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. What will I do if I have a nightmare? Nightmare means dream, bad dream. She asked. I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery, full of whispers. That means I used to dream of bad dreams. I used to have bad dreams and I feel frightened. So when I feel frightened, who comes for help? Yes, grandmother will come or I will go and lie along with my grandmother and sleep. So now mother and grandmother is in the hospital and Alice the cook is only there and the daytime she is able to spend comfortably but at night she feels fear when sleeping alone. Understood? You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks, and don't you scream and wake your poor pa. So again the lady is the cook also saying to her that while sleeping you don't make any sound and if you make any sound who will get angry? Your father will get angry. Understood? But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope. Who is the butcher? The person who sells meat. Sells meat. So he is having the sharp knife in his hand. So all the time the child is seeing the same dream. The butcher with the sharp knife in his hand. Understood? So on that particular night also the child saw the same, who came nearer and nearer, smiling with a dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, "Grandma, Grandma." She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. So suddenly in her dream she saw the butcher with the sharp knife coming near to her, and seeing his figure, what did the child started? She started crying and calling who? Grandmother. All the time when she sees such a dream and calls out, who will come for her help? Grandmother used to come and take her to her bed and sleep, isn't it? So now she started shivering and calling out grandma. So and now when she opened her eyes, whom did she see? She saw her father with a lighted candle standing near to her. What is the matter? He asked. Oh, a butcher, a knife. I want granny. The child said, a butcher, knife, everything is there. Still she is in her dream and I wanted to see my granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. What did he do? He put the candle light off and took the child in his hands and went straight to which room? His bedroom. First time, isn't it? Carrying her in his arms and going to his bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. He lay down beside her, half asleep still. Was the butcher's smile all about her, it seemed. She crept close to him, snugged his head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. So the child was taken to his bed, put her in her bed, and he hugged her tightly, and the child also tightly hugged her father. Then the dark did not matter, she is dead. So now she did not mind about the dark or the butcher. Why? Because God hold tightly her father. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, said father. Tired up, he slept before the little girl. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be a MacDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writings. She stirred suddenly and sighed. What is the matter? Asked her father. Another dream. Oh, said the little girl. My head is on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. So finally, what did she understand? She understood that father is having a big heart. Isn't it? Father is having a big heart. What do you mean by big heart? A heart to love. Isn't it? A heart to love. So now she understood. Her father is also having a heart to love. So because he was having no time to spend with the child, he was tired after his whole day's work, and he was not able to give the love towards his child, isn't it? Because always thinking about his official work. So once when the child was facing the problem that the granny was not with her, he understood how much love who needs? The girl needs, and that love was given to her at that last moment. So now she understood that fathers are same, like whom? Like the neighbor MacDonald, isn't it? Tired up, he slept before the little girl. So that night father slept with the little girl. A funny feeling came over her. So now she had seen a different face of her father. Poor father, not so big after all, with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness. That means a good affection. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be a because McDonald is having that much time to spend with his children and have a fun. But Kesia's father is too tired after his day's work, so he don't have the time similar to McDonald's. That who had understood, Kesia had understood, and she also understood that the same love and affection McDonald is giving to his children is also along with whom also her father also. What is the matter? Asked the child. Another dream. Oh, said the little girl, my head is on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got. So we come to the end of the lesson, and the question answers will be sent to you. Go through it. But before going through it, please complete your notes and keep it ready. Whenever the school is asking to bring it, you have to submit it. Understood now? Okay. Thank you.